Alright, so what we'll be doing today is swapping the spark plugs and the spark wires. It should be the same for 2000 up to 2004, I believe. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There's a few bolts in order to remove this intake. This entire, it will have to be removed. Go ahead and take out the battery so you have more space right here in the back. So you'll have to remove a couple of bolts back here. Remove your intake, remove this, get it out of the way. So the bolts that are holding the battery is size 10 millimeters. Alright, let's go ahead and take that out. Alright, so you have to loosen these two bolts right here. This one right here. This whole bracket and the bolt holding it. This one right here. Another one down here. The last one right here. And you also have to remove this one. Once you remove this bracket, you'll have to take out this. These two bolts right here. That one and this one. Alright, so the size for this one is going to be size 12. Alright, let's go ahead and spray our freeze off. Go ahead and spray all the bolts that you'll be removing. You go ahead and remove this. You have access to these two bolts. Go ahead and put it back so it could be much easier. So you won't have to be looking for loose bolts. Just makes it easier. Alright. Let's go ahead and just loosen this. Part is actually holding the intake. This bolt. These two bolts right here. And these two bolts right here. You won't have to do the extra work removing all this bracket right here. Alright, let's go ahead and do that now. Just go ahead and remove this hose right here. Just pull it out. Just put it to the side. Now you have access to this small one, size 10. Let's go ahead and remove it. Alright, so instead of taking this pull out, I think I'm just gonna disconnect the hose right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and take this too. It's not holding anymore, this bracket. This whole thing will come with it. All we have to do is take this two bolts out, the ones in the back right here. These two right here. Alright, so let's find a way how to loosen those. Size for those two is a size 12. I went ahead and picked this up at Harbor Freight Tools, the wrenches, and I recommend grabbing one of those because they're really handy. As you can see, it's hard to get in there, but with this you're able to go in. First one's out. Be careful with your gasket. Should be a gasket back there. Alright, so go ahead and put your bolts in a safe place so you don't lose them. Alright, so I'll be putting the extra parts right here in this cardboard box so we don't lose anything. Alright, so we got the right side. Let's go and remove this side. Alright, so loosen this one. Your Phillips screwdriver. Alright, so go ahead and take this hose out. Pull it out of the way. Pull this out. Comes right out. Let's put it right here. Alright, let's go ahead and remove the throttle body next. There's two bolts right here. One right here. The other one's right back right back there. All right, let's go ahead and remove those. All right, so you have to also take this throttle body wire out. All right, so in order to get this wire out from the throttle body, let's go ahead and loosen this. Go ahead and just loosen one side. Just remember which side you loosen, so you could just tighten that, so it could be easier. So don't loosen both, just one side. All right, let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna loosen the right side. So for that one, it's a size 12. All right, so there we have it. It's loose now. Just take out the wire now. So from there, just go ahead and pull it out. It's out. All right, so there you have it. You see, I don't know if you're able to see, we have access to the spark plugs now on this side, but we still have to remove this. All right, so here comes the fun part. To remove the intake manifold, you have to remove that bolt right there. That one. There's a few in the back here. This one right here. That one down there. There's another one on the very back. That sucker right there. This one right here. In order to get to the back one right here, let's go ahead and use an extension. Not sure if I mentioned this one. This one right here. You also have to remove that one. All right, let's get started. Actually, it's better if you just disconnect your electrical cord connections right here. It'll be easier. Just disconnect it. This one right here. There you go. Just pull up this. Oh, it's already loose. The hose right here, and you'll have to disconnect this one only. So you can remove your ground wire right here connection, so it can disconnect from the intake manifolds. As you can see, it's connected right here, and we'll have to remove this whole part right here. All right, go ahead and disconnect your size 10mm bolt right here. Go ahead and put the bolt back in there. It's not attached to the intake anymore. All right, go ahead and remove this size 10mm right here. In order to have access to the bolt down there, I'll show you right now. Just go ahead and remove it. That bolt right there. Down there, that one. All right, just go ahead and loosen that one. Now we have access to the one right there. Go ahead and remove this bracket right here. It has four bolts. This one, that one, this one, and this one. In order to have access to the last bolt, just down right there. All right, so the last bolt is down there. That one right there. All right, so I'll show you every single bolt that you need to loosen in order to get the intake out. As you can see, it's already loose. Carry. There you go. Well, I'll show you the last bolt, as I mentioned. It's this one right here. Loosen that one. The one that holds this. That bolt right there. You have to remove this 10mm. out of the way in order to have access to that one. Remove this too. Those two. And go ahead and loosen this one. Alright, so let's go to the ones in the back. Go ahead and loosen this one right there. This one. This one. There's one more in the back here. This one right here. So they're all loose now. So all we have to do is just lift it up and put it to the side. So we have access to the 3 spark plugs right here. Everything's already loose. The only one I forgot to loosen is this one. The one for the ground. Just pull back the bolt in there. You don't want to drop that. Just put the ground wire to the side. Alright, just go ahead and pull it out or remove it to the side. So there's one more ground. I forgot to loosen. That's back here. So the other part is holding it that's not letting it come out is this other ground on the other side. This one right here. Let's go ahead and take that out. Let's go ahead and put the bolt back in there. Let's go ahead and move the ground to the side. And that should be it. We should be able to pull it out now. Alright, let's go ahead and pull it out. Alright, as you can see, we removed everything. Alright, go ahead and disconnect your oxygen sensor wires. Alright, there you have it. 3 spark wires and spark plugs right here. So for the first one, it was soaking with oil. Soaked, as you can see right here. Let's grab a towel. Let's wipe it all out. Now it's dry and clean. See, it's nice and clean now. Most likely the rest are gonna be like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to clean them all. Alright, let's check out the next one. See how that one looks. It has a little bit of oil. As you can see right here. Right there it has oil. It's not as much as the other one, but let's go ahead and take out the spark plug. Find out. Oh, this one too is going to be soaked with oil, as you can see. Just look at that. See that one, you can't see it. First one is nice and clean. This one, it's hard to see. Let's go ahead and clean it. So what I'm doing is just wrapping up my blue towel. Just put it in there. Once it's in, just go ahead and twist it. See, this first one. All right, let's go for the last one. This is how the spark plugs should be, but they were soaked with oil. But this one has a little bit, Slight oil, but hardly any. Compared to the first two, the first one was soaked with oil. That's how it should be. Nice and dry. Alright, but either way, let's go ahead and wipe down there, clean it. Let's push it all the way in. After that, let's go ahead and twist. This one wasn't as bad as the first one. This one was dry. Let's go ahead and wipe down there. Alright, I'll show you how they look now. Should be nice and clean now. That one was clean already. This one, now you can see it. First one, it's nice and clean now. Alright, let's go ahead and install the spark plugs. Alright, here's the first three set. These are the old ones and the new ones. Let's go ahead and replace it. Let's hand tighten it. Make sure you don't tighten it too hard. Should be good. Let's go with the next one. Let's go ahead and first hand tighten it. Should be enough. Let's go with the last one. Let's go and hand tighten it first. Alright, so there you have it. Let's go ahead and reinstall the spark wires as well. We've got the NGK set. Nice thing about these ones is that they are numbered. So yeah, they're all numbered. That's the great thing about these ones. Also, what's nice about it is that they're numbered on your intake. You see, this is 6, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5. So same way, go ahead and reinstall it. Another thing you could do is you could just pull it out, your spark wire. In case yours are not numbered, you just compare the size, the length of it. So I'll pull out number 6 from the wire set, as you can see. It's the same length. I'm just going to reinstall the new one. Pull out the second one. So the next one should be 4. Same thing. Just compare the length. You see these the same size. Just gonna reinstall the new one. Number 2. Same thing, just compare the size. Alright, so one side's done. Now we just have to do the other side. Alright, let's go ahead and do that now. So last time what I did was I had to remove all this right here. I noticed that this is box cover gasket. You have to remove this part right here and then loosen this bolt right here. That one, in order to take out your bob cover. But since we're not doing that, we're just replacing the spark wires and the spark plugs. We just need to take this out right here, this bolt right here, in order to have access to this one. This spark plugs right here. The size for this one is a size 10. All right, so now we have access. Let's go ahead and push it to the side. We can even disconnect this. Let's put that to the side. Go ahead and put the bolt back so you don't lose it. All right, so let's go ahead and replace this side now. All right, let's start with the first one. See this side, at least the first one is nice and dry, no oil. Let's pull out the second one. Hopefully that one's, oh no, That one has oil, as you can see, but nothing to worry about. We'll just wipe it down, clean it. Let's pull out the last one. Hopefully that one's dry. Yes, sir. This one is nice and dry. All right, let's pull out the spark plugs now. See, this one is nice and dry. Just one out. It's really dirty. No oil. So remember, this one did have oil. Oh, that's bad. Wipe it down. Let's go ahead and grab our blue towel. Let's go ahead and push all the way in. Just twist. See, that's really bad. Let's flip it. Same thing. Put it in. Let's twist. Let's check it out now. That was a nice and dry one. Now this one is nice and clean as well. This one didn't have oil. Let's go ahead and take out the spark plug. This one is nice and dry. Alright, so this is the other three side. Let's go ahead and replace them. Let's replace the first one. Let's go ahead and hand tighten first. Should be enough. You don't want to tighten too much. Go ahead and replace the second one. Same thing. First hand tighten it. After that, tighten it with your ratchet. Just go ahead and replace the last one. It's right there. Same thing, go ahead and hand tighten it first. After that, use your ratchet. All right, so there you have it. Now let's go ahead and replace the spark wires. Same thing. Yours are not numbered. Just compare it with the old ones, the length. And the intake, it's numbered as well. For the one in the very back there. That one right there is going to be number 5. Let's go ahead and connect it. So, as I mentioned earlier, those spark wires go right under this. You could, if you want, go ahead and remove this, but I didn't remove it because you just fit it in there, under there, and it goes through right there. Connect it back in there. So, just for reference, I'll include the diagram for the firing. It's going to connect everything back in. This should be 5. This one right here. This second one should be 3. This one should be 1. Cylinder 1. Alright, let's go ahead and plug everything back in. One last thing. I replaced the intake manifold. You see this one's broken. So I got this whole part for $21.99. So go ahead and replace it. Alright, so let's go ahead and tighten all these bolts. That one in the back, this one right here, that one, this one. As I mentioned, go ahead and hand tighten it first. Put this back, this bracket right here. Pulls 1, goes right here. And this one, it's connected right here. So this one is 3. That one, one down there, and the third one's gonna go here, and that's the bracket that holds right here. And don't forget it, this goes there too. All right, just go ahead and put that back. All right, so there we have the 4 bolts back in the bracket. That little connector right there. Make sure you put it back in there. Let's go ahead and connect your throttle body wire back in. Alright, we haven't tightened it from the back there. So we have leverage over here. Let's go ahead and put it back in. This little gap right here, make sure it goes in there. Easiest ways to do that, let's go ahead and put the head first, and then just slide it in, and just push it back. And install it from back here. Put it back in here. It goes right here. This is the one that holds your throttle body wire. And tighten this one too. Let's go ahead and reinstall this. Alright, so the side we loosen is this side. So let's go ahead and tighten this side. Alright, so we need another size 12 over here. It won't move. Alright, let's go ahead and tighten it. Alright, so now it's tightened. Alright, what should we do next? Let's go ahead and connect this side first. The bolts we loosen. Next thing to do is, as you saw, we didn't remove this bracket. That'll be just extra work, so it did work out, so that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and put these 2 bolts back in, this one and this one, and don't forget to tighten this one, because we also thought we were going to take it out, but we didn't. All we did is just remove this hose. Don't forget to connect that one back in there. Alright, so before you tighten this one, go ahead and tighten this one first, and this one, and this one. Alright, so don't forget this one. There's 2 bolts right here, and that one is size 12. For this part, just be careful. You don't want to drop your gasket. For these 2 bolts, just go ahead and tighten it all the way. Hand tighten it first, then use your wrench to tighten it. Alright, so I just realized that I went ahead and tried with the ratchet, a regular ratchet. We'll use size 12 because, yeah, it's a size 12 down there. You'll be able to have access to it. So yeah, in case you don't have a wrench, you can use the ratchet too, just to make it easier. Alright, next thing we should do is connect this, which goes right here. Just push it down all the way. Your ground goes right there. Alright, so next we should connect this one. Your clamp. What's next? Alright, so don't forget this. We also disconnected here. Alright, so Go ahead and tighten this one. This little one. Right there. That one's a size 10. Let's go ahead and tighten it. Just going to tighten it with the ratchet. Our ground wire, let's go ahead and connect this. Alright everyone, we're almost to the finish line. Almost there. Go ahead and tighten your back your throttle body. Don't forget your ground, which goes up here. Right there. Alright, let's go ahead and tighten this throttle body. Alright, don't forget to connect your hose. The one that connects right here goes to the second one over here. The other one that connects over there goes to the left side. Connect the ground. Tighten it with your ratchet. That one's a size 10. Alright, make sure you connect this correctly. The top one, because there's two right here. The top one goes right in here. The bottom one goes over there. Alright, go ahead and reinstall your intake, air intake. Connect your electrical. Tighten this. Don't forget the clips. And the last thing to do is reinstall the battery. Alright, we made it to the finish line. Let's go ahead and reinstall the battery now. But before that, as you can see, I have none of the spark wires connected. But what's helpful is that you can see right here, everything's numbered. This is 5. I believe that's 2, 1. 4, 3, and 6. So you know the spark wires are numbered, which make it very easy for us. This one is a 3. You saw. The second one is a 3. There's the first one. The next one, this one, it's number 1. Number 1's right there. And this first one is the number 5. It's already connected. Alright, so now this other side. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. It's also numbered, so it's easy. This one is a number 2. So first one's number 2. Second one is number 4. This is number 4. First one to number 6. This one's number 6. As I showed you, it's all numbered. Alright, so there we have it. New spark plugs and new spark wires. It took about 2.5 or 3 hours. Just be patient, you'll get to it. Alright, let's go ahead and connect our negative terminal and start the car. Alright, that's all for today. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. See you till next time.